welcome to another RSR tonight where we're recapping the 2022 MLS Cup Playoffs Conference Finals. Which ones did I get right? Which ones did I get wrong? If you pay attention to the predictions, you know where we are already, but we will recap the conference finals in a very short summary. What is the Cup final? And there you go. With that being said, here we go. LAFC 3, Austin FC 0. Got this one wrong. Had LAFC losing to Austin. I thought Austin was the better team on form right now, but LAFC definitely started to look like their early season, mid-season selves compared to what August and September was. They looked a lot more like their earlier selves. They played a lot better. Denny Buonga playing damn well. Vela getting an assist. The team just absolutely getting hot at the right time, or getting hotter at the right time, I would say. Yeah, they are the Supporter Shield winners, but definitely I thought the curse would affect them. It did not. It did not. And the first Supporter Shield winner since Toronto FC in 2017 to go to the MLS Cup Finals, LAFC. Very interesting situation, I might add, or very interesting history, I might add. First one seed in the MLS Cup Final on either side in ages, honestly. With that being said, LAFC definitely shocked me with their performance. Austin seemed like they were just happy to be there on the night. LAFC seemed like the team that was actually very open and ready to play well, play a very good game. And they were at home. Giorgio Chiellini, honestly, played well. Hasn't really done much with LAFC since he's came over, but started the game, played well. Chiellini was interested to see how he played this match, and he honestly stood up well to the Austin forward line, the front of Austin, the tip of their spear, which sort of shocking because they have pace, but Chiellini did what he had to do, so good for that. Good for the Italian legend, Giorgio Chiellini, for sure. But again, LAFC's defense, slightly better. The offense was way better. The midfield, LAFC definitely won the midfield. Austin was just happy to be there. But again, that's still house money. From what they were last year, their expansion season, to this year, the growth they had, that's still house money under Josh Wolff. So it shouldn't be a heartbreaker. I mean, if you're there, the thing to do is win. But Josh Wolff's still a great coach. Austin's still a great team. They're going to CONCACAF Champions League thanks to other results. Not too bad. Could be worse. You could be 2008, 2009 Toronto. Or just Toronto right now in general. As an expansion team. Could be worse. But also could be better. But Austin doing pretty well, I have to say. But again, got this one wrong. I'm 0 for 1 on my predictions so far. 0 and 1, 0 for 1, same thing. And then the Eastern Conference Final, Philadelphia Union 3, NYCFC 1. I got this one right. I'm 1 for 2, 1 and 1 on my conference final predictions. Philly were very quiet for most of the night. NYCFC were the slightly better team for the first 60 minutes. And then they had the lead. And then they blew it. And then when Philly woke up and started scoring goals, that's when Philly looked like Philly. Looked like the second best team or the best team in the league, depending on what you want to say about form. But, of course, they have the same amount of points as LAFC. They just lost a shield because of 2 less wins. But with that being said, you look at it, it's like, damn, they're good. That last 20 minutes, last 30 minutes, great. The first 60 sucked. If that's what scares me about Philly, the way they played those first 60 minutes, if they do that in MLS Cup, they lose. Unless Andre Blake has a giant game in goal, they probably lose because I think LAFC would make them pay a lot more for the way they started that game than NYCFC did. With that being said, this isn't about predictions. We don't do that till Friday. Right now, all about the conference finals. But again, That's just the point I was trying to make, is that the way Philly played 60 minutes, they would have paid for it against any other team who actually went forward and tried to take the game from the scruff of the neck, because you're playing away in a conference final, in a semifinal, technically. You go there and say, you know what? We probably should take this by the scruff of the neck if we have the chance. New York didn't do that, so to speak. They didn't make Philly pay for it, except that Maxi Morales wonder goal, which was awesome, by the way. A good way for a legend to go out, if he goes out. Good way to go. But Philly, 3 great goals. Should they have been in that position? No. Because should have Carranza been off? Yes. Should have El Brujo been off? One of them should have, if not both, but one of them definitely should have been off. It should have been 10 versus 11, if not 9 versus 11. But the referee was like, that's not a red card on the Carranza. Skimming Sean Johnson with his foot. You know, that was a red card. The memo was, if a goalkeeper gets skimmed in the head by the attacker without touching the ball, red card. They didn't follow that memo. The El Brujo foul, definitely a red card, if not a yellow, but at least he got a yellow. Carranza got nothing. So, should one of them been off? Yes. Should both of them been off? Arguably, yes. The guy who scored the first goal should have been arguably off. He was not. So, should Philly been in that position? No. Were they? Yes, and they made it work. So, you could complain all you want, but such is football, you know. So, again, got this one right. Philly had the best 20 minutes that I've ever seen, or best 30 minutes in football that I've seen in a while, and they won the game. That's why. So, I got it right. I had Philly going to the final. They ended up proving me right the way they came back. 1-1 on my semifinal, conference final predictions. 1 for 2 if you want to go that way. But not too bad, but not too great. But the MLS Cup final will be LAFC versus Philadelphia Union in LA. Should be a very interesting final. And I can't wait to see it, because it's going to be good. 1 versus 1 for the first time since Chicago Fire versus the Kansas City Wizards. And I was just a baby back then. So, and Chris Armas was actually hailed as a great player back then, instead of a crap coach. But, you know. Jim Curtin was also on that Chicago Fire team. And he's also in this final, so that's also a good connection. And Jesse Marsh was in that final, fighting for his life at Leeds, but at least those players are helping him fight. But that's neither here nor there. But again, it's been a while since there's been a 1 versus 1 MLS Cup final, and this should be definitely fitting of that history that is made in this situation. So, can't wait to see it. Should be good. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you on Wednesday for the second leg of the CONCACAF League final. LD Alajuelense versus CD Olympia Live and RSR. Going to be a suit game. Should be a very good one. See you then for the second leg of that final. All to play for, honestly. Should be very good as well. We got finals this week. And then a little bit of a break, sort of. A little bit. Semi-break. And then the World Cup. But, should be good. I'll see you then. I'm out. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.